All right, guys. It's showtime here. June 23rd, 2026. Man, where is the time have gone already? I mean, we're in June already. Anyway, just wanted to come on here on Tuesday. We just came off of Tallahassee this last Saturday. It was nice having Father's Day off. Um, Yesterday I was working on moving, trying to catch up on applications and moving things around. Um, and if you guys are following me on my regular page or on my personal Facebook page, you'll see that I was over at where my Mustang is being painted. I had to move some tires around, all that stuff. So, hey, how's Steven doing? I'm glad you're back. Hopefully, you're happy that you're back at the shows there. You and your wife there, Steven and Sean. We're working to get ready for the show. We're going to be going to Joe Fest this week. I'll be there for a couple days, meeting some friends up there, and then Lisa, how's everybody? How are you guys doing over there? Thanks for coming on, and we missed you up in Tallahassee, but it's a long ride. That's a long ride. I want to talk about that a little bit. And actually, let me. I'm not as set up as I want to be here. I actually set here a minute, but I got this. Give me just because I know. I think I want to show you guys that. Um, all right, and then Mike Customs. Yeah, we missed you guys up there also. Lots of Hot Wheels though that were up there, and and hey, Mr. Jarek, hopefully, I assume you signed up for Fort Myers already. If not, please do that. You're usually the first person to sign up. Hey, Mike and Marcy. Oh man, that's someone else that I got to make sure that everybody is on the list. We have a hell of a list for Tampa Toy Con. I just went through the list of people that are already applied, and I really need to update the map. We have plenty. We have room for everybody, but it's really starting to look pretty full. So I mean, we're gonna have more vendors than we had last year. I don't think that we're gonna have the Lego people just because um, I was just kind of going through it with Lisa here, and it's just some things fall through the cracks with the amount of shows that we're doing, and I like doing them. I like doing all the events that we're doing, but I would say the guests, getting the guests and figuring out that and airplanes and all of this and contracts. I mean, I've had a lot of help with Mary this year on that, and a couple of the new guests that we have came through her, and so I want to give her credit. But I just have not been able to get back to her, get back to people as quickly as they need, and it's just the schedule, and then hotels, hotel discounts and stuff. Those are the things that I really feel like I could have, that I would have liked to make better. But there's a whole host of things. But I've got to get some help next year. I'm just trying to, we're just busy right now, and as things progress, I'll get some more help as far as the day to day stuff that I do, and then things will be better. I mean, um, it's just there's nothing wrong on my end or anything like that. It's just like I just get disappointed sometimes when I'm not able to do some of the things I would like. It's just a time factor. I only have so much time, and so. Hey, Marcy and Stephen. Yeah, it was. I'm going to talk about that here in a minute. I'll go through a few of these, and then I'll come back. And Shellhead needs to expand out, man. I know you're doing your podcast at 8, so you'll be on here for a few. But thanks for coming out. But I always tell vendors, and Mark knows this really well. Hey, Mark, thanks for coming on. Is that, you gotta go beyond your backyard, okay? Because everybody has seen your stuff in your backyard. So we tried to expand out beyond beyond, Orlando and Lakeland, and where we live, where we're at here in Tampa. And I just want to show you where this is relative to my house. Okay, so the North Florida Fair was way up there. Okay, it does say right now it would take about. It wasn't really that bad coming back. It was going up. It was long, but coming back wasn't. It didn't seem that bad. If you're from Orlando, I mean, I think Mark might Moriarty might be able to talk a little bit about this. He came from Orlando, the Apopka area, and he said it was kind of a easy ride, but I mean, it is a long way up there, guys. But so it was amazing that we were able to really do get vendors up there. I was happy. I was so appreciative that we had vendors that drove up there for us. But it turns out that people came. We had like 1,000 people, adults, and we had no issues at all. People loved us being there. In fact, I had other vendors that said, "Man, I hope you guys get the amount of people, what you're looking for to come back." There was a lot of comments, from people, from customers that were just really excited that we were there. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some pictures here. Give me a second to set that up. And I got, this is pictures I took. This is me, showing the tables. The room was pretty good size. I mean, I could have put, if I wanted to, I could have put another whole aisle in here, but I just, it's a big drive for vendors. And then, you don't know, as a vendor, you don't know if anyone's going to show up. And then, I wasn't able to get up there and try to network with other maybe potential vendors up there, really because of our other schedule. And so we did have a lot of people that were interested, and they came out. So here's Mark's table there. And that's a video I posted. Here's us at a pizza place. Now, we ended up going to this college pizza place, which was okay. Because basically the hotel didn't, we went to this hotel downtown Tallahassee, and then I think it was the DoubleTree. And let me go ahead and come back to the screen here. I'll remove that for a second. So it was a hotel. It was a DoubleTree downtown, and their restaurant was supposed to be open till 9:30. I think we got there around 9 or something, Lisa?
No, I think it was open until 10, but they were only taking food orders till 9:30.
Okay, you didn't answer my question. What time did we get there?
We got there about a little after 8.
Okay, so we were there after 8. They were supposed to be open till 10. They're taking orders till 9:30. We had 8 people. I got 4. I probably brought them at least 6 or 7 rooms myself. Okay. I personally got 4 rooms. So I mean, and then we went to the restaurant, and they wouldn't take our order, basically, because they said we had too big of a party for them, and we were supposed to tell them in advance. Like in advance of what? I mean, how are we supposed to? But anyway, so we ended up at the pizza place there. Nothing wrong with that. It just, we had to pile back in the car and all of that after setting up and everything. And it was rained up there, but it didn't rain during the show until 2:30. So all the people I just said, these were all here before 2:30. So, I mean, it was pretty good. Let me go ahead and This was right by the door here. Avi Mel and the son there, Jose there. I mean, it was they had a crowd around the Pokemon guard. I would say the only people that didn't seem to do well, or were these Star Wars guys. And I just think that everybody was at the Star Wars show in Nashville or whatever. Um, I don't know what's up with that, but those guys came all the way from South Carolina, which I was amazed. But they, they brought a lot of higher end Star Wars. And Lauren here was getting bombarded with vinyl. They were like really excited to see vinyl. I think he probably had one of his best days at our show. He came from Jacksonville. Then you had Butch there, and this was a newer lady who actually canceled, who said she wanted to cancel, but she found some help, and ended up coming out, and she was real happy. She was real happy, except for my music that I play, which I don't think any vendor, most vendors. I would say most of the vendors don't want to be near it, but they like it in that it creates an atmosphere. So I'm working on figuring out, expanding. I want to get some wireless speakers that I can put around the show, and so yeah, the Tallahassee show was really good. We'll definitely be back. I don't know what date that will be, because if we go with the fairgrounds, they are full, and this date that I got um, was just they called me 3 months ago and said, "Hey, I found a weekend that you could have." So I'll be following up with her. Very nice people to deal with. And then unfortunately, Abe wasn't able to come. Sorry to hear about the death in of his I think it's uncle. And so he wasn't able to come. But somebody from Tampa came up and made these ice cream drinks and stuff like that. And so it ended up being pretty good. So all right, so let's yeah, I'm glad. Okay, cool. You signed up for that. I am going to be catching up on applications if you guys filled out something for future events. We've got a couple weeks off here before Tampa Toy Con, and so yeah. And hey, thanks, Aubrey. It's good to have you back at the show. I know you've been busy on other stuff, so it's good to have you back there at the show. And then JD, we'll finally see JD at down there in Coral Springs. Haven't seen him in a little bit. Cool. Oh, and you signed up to Bradenton too. All right, great. And yeah, I do. I have the Jazz Inc. 66 Batmobile here right behind me. I've got figures too. Actually, Hot Toys Batman's in there. But I do have a Robin figure that's just not in here. Okay. Hey, thanks, Felix there, Comics Corner. They're new. They're coming to Tampa Toy Con. This is gonna be really good. There's a really good stuff coming. Um and okay, someone's saying hey John, how are you doing? Thanks for coming out and watching. And I skipped Jacksonville. I'm not really sure what that means, but okay. And looks like we got some new people on here. Alex was there. Okay. 3 hour hike, Marion. Okay. Well, I don't know counties, so I only know or I don't know is where that is.
Counties Ocala.
Oh, Ocala. Okay. Well, it wasn't that bad. I mean, good evening. Hey, how are you, Ron? And Greg. Okay, cool. We missed Greg. He got a big Star Wars collection recently. We might be coming into a big Hot Wheels collection. I don't know. And we'll have John back. If you book it, they will come. That's great. That's great. That's great. Okay, want to just mention I did get a new microphone. Okay, notice it's not hooked up now. You would think that this would be like a plug and play. I've got I think my computer is a year old now, an iMac that we're on right now. Um, it's got a little headphone jack, so maybe next week you'll see me on that. But it wasn't. I gotta download an app to connect to it or something. I don't know. It hooks up the USB-C, and this thing is not. I need to get an arm or something. I mean, maybe not. I guess you can't really, even though the mic appears in my face on my end, it doesn't look that way down on the screen. So maybe I can use this. I don't know. So, but it's on this poll thing because I was like, you know, what, I want to, all because you can't go in a freaking store and buy and look at anything anymore. You gotta like go by pictures on Amazon. So I just wasn't happy with what I was seeing on there. Because I was trying to make a quick decision anyway. And so I have like a little mess here because I was trying to get this working beforehand. And so anyway, yeah, Sean, yeah, you're right. Everybody was, um, like I said, it was really good, and it was different, different in a weird, cool, very good way. Not that there's anything wrong with any other show. It's just you weren't sure because all these people were new. These aren't people that are, regulars or whatever, down here. The other thing that I was interesting is I had people that came up. We've never been there, and they came. Oh yeah, watch your videos. I've been following you for a long time. We're really happy to have you here. Thanks for coming out. I did meet a couple people, YouTubers up there, that are well known channels. Somebody from I think there's a Gen X Grown Up channel, that yeah, awesome. And you're getting around now here, Alex. Here, Chris. Hey, how are you doing? All right. If you have big variety, you do well. Yeah, and I agree with that 100%. Okay, cool. I have a speaker. Speaker. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Hit me up. Okay, I will do that. Right now, the speakers that I have in my space is I have a whole Sonos system through. We probably have. I just bought two more. I think we have like 6 Sonos speakers because I don't have the space with all this stuff to have big speakers. All right. And awesome. Dan, thanks for coming out. Yeah, I just was looking at your name and your spot up there. Um all right, let's talk a little bit about Tampa now. I'm going to go ahead and let's see. And we'll share this here. Let me get rid of that for a minute. And all right, so this flyer is going to change a little bit because I'm going to add some guests. I am working on the little flyers that have all the guests on there. They're going to have, but I just didn't have them for this. And you're probably saying to yourself, Jeff, how is it possible that you don't have graphics for these guests yet? Well, this is the rub from my side. Okay. Like I'm I'm able to put together the show. I'm able to sell the vendor space, come up with the map, work on the location, all of that stuff. Okay. But the added piece of, guest allocation and management is just not my forte. So I am working on it. So I am going to be I'm going to talk about the guests here, but I just don't have the graphics to add to the banner here right this minute. So we're just gonna go over a couple of IMDb profiles here in a minute on the guests that are coming, on a couple of the guests that are coming. We're gonna have a couple people that we, are I want to say our friend regulars. So not really regulars, but people that have been to other shows, and then we'll have some new people. I am already working on next year's guests, and we are going to have more guests in general. I'm a little bit more comfortable, but it's still only going to be like one because that's all I can do. I can't, I tried to, on this show, I did have like two guests that I had sent contracts to. I thought they were, 100% in, and then and then they said no. So those were a couple new people that I just wasn't able to get. But that is Tampa Toy Con is our next show. That's in 2.5 weeks. Is that correct, Lisa?
Approximately, yeah.
Okay. So in about 2.5 weeks, we'll have and I was, after going through the map today and going through the list of vendors, we've got at least as many vendors as we had last year, and including we have Mark back, which and Jason, and which I don't think they set up last year, and then we may have some. We're going to have a bunch of new people. I'm some people that haven't been in a little while are coming also. So let me go ahead and just talk a little bit about, let's see, the guests here. Let's go back to okay. So the first guest I have been talking about is Jack O'Halloran. Now, you guys may or may not know who he is, but you definitely have, if you've seen Superman, you have seen him. Okay. Superman 1 and 2. But he has been in other stuff. Okay. So he was in Superman. And then if you go well, let's see, they liked ads here. So okay, so here's some scenes from Superman. Let me make sure you guys are seeing that. Okay, yeah, all right. And then he was also in Dragnet and King Kong, but mostly he's known for the Superman, but he was in some other stuff. Flintstones. He's a Knight Rider. I did see that way back. Yeah, but he will be at the show. He'll be at Tampa Toy Con, which it's pretty cool to have somebody from Superman here at the show. And then okay, so the next guest is someone else that they live local. We are gonna have our Keith Coogan, who's friends with Corin also. He's gonna Keith Coogan and Pinky will be there along with Corin Nemec. Now, Corin, what you would originally probably know him from is this Parker Lewis Can't Lose, which was kind of like a Ferris Bueller kind of spin-off show. I think that was 90s, maybe early 90s. But he was also in some other stuff here, which you can see. Tucker, he was I assume the son in Tucker. He was in Webster, it looks like. And then more recently, he was in the series Supernatural. Okay. And anyway, so he will be a guest at the show in a couple weeks too. So kind of a cool new thing. And then the next person we love to have back. This guy had a line the whole time basically at the show, and that is artist Peter Raimundo. He had a great time. We asked him to come back. He said he had that weekend open. So I'm gonna now. I haven't talked to him in a little while, so I want to reconfirm all of this. But he, last time I talked to him, everything was good, and he had a great time last year. So he will be back, and so he was known for he is writing books. He's got his website where he is currently, he's a children's book illustrator and writer. Okay. But we know him from Lilo and Stitch and Lion King and all that stuff. So he'll be there at the show. So along with oh geez, okay, wait a minute here. Why are you seeing that still? All right, hopefully you guys saw some of that, because did it show that, Lisa?
Obviously, it's Jack O'Halloran.
All right, let me go ahead and redo that. You're right. I have to change the tab. There you go. So there's Corin. Again, go back to Parker Lewis. Okay. I wanted to have little graphics to show you guys, and then we got Peter Raimundo here, Lilo and Stitch, Peter's website that I just talked about. Okay. And then I don't even have it on the screen. Jeez. I'm just not. It's because I don't have two screens. Because if I was using you guys out there probably going, well, if you're using a Windows machine, you'd have two screens. I just need to get another monitor, I guess, over here so I can see what's going on. But anyway, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to be posting the graphics tomorrow and tomorrow morning. And oh, thanks for noting that there, Tony. And hey, August, hope you're doing all right. And off to your show there. And then, Lori, I'm going to be hitting you back up here soon about Coral Springs. Good to have you back there. And Jason, thanks for coming out. Going full Letterman. All right. And Michael, hopefully you're doing well. Had a good weekend. And Larry's going to be coming down to Tampa. You might be almost there. It might be almost there. All right, Dan, it's going to be nice to have you back also. I didn't approve any other. We got the chocolate people, but other than that, I got rid of the other candy people that wanted to be in there in the show. Okay, and all right, one other thing I want to share. Well, wait a minute. Actually, yeah, I'm going to share this. You guys may or may not, because I like pinball, but today the Sonic game was announced. And then I'll go over a schedule here in just a second. I'm just going to play this.
Come on. I'm waiting. Let's play some pinball. Sonic's the name, Speed's my game. Sonic Speed. I love this song. Chaos Emerald multi-ball. Gotta go fast.
Behold, my latest creation.
Eggman, you're going down.
Escape. Fool.
Got it.
Curse you, Sonic.
All right, that's Sonic came out this weekend or today, sorry, and that was an Upper Playfield. It's by the same company that made Toy Story here in the back. So I don't know. Lisa said last week we weren't getting one, but we'll see. I want to see it in person. Still waiting for Transformers right now. So which should that should be here. I don't know, in the next week, or I'm hoping before the show. But let's see. Sean's James Bond thing reminded me there. All right, Mikado, I'm glad you had a great time. I'm looking forward to seeing you this week. And Mr. Ghostbusters, we need to, I got to make sure that you guys are coming out and all that. So we do have some cars and stuff coming this year. And I'm hoping to have a bunch of toy displays and all that. So let me go ahead and talk a little bit about the schedule. Okay, because there is an update. Okay. So July 11th, 12th is obviously Tampa Toy Con. The change on here is September 12th, the World Golf Village show, the second, I'm going to call it Jacksonville show, is on Saturday, September 12th. Now, you're probably saying, why did you move it? Well, I moved it because it's the same price. It's the same price. Sunday is the same price as Saturday. And I just feel like Saturday's pretty good up there. This way we get up there on Friday, we set up, we do the show. Sunday, everybody gets a break. Vendors like that, like having Saturday shows. to me, the reason why we have Sunday shows and not Saturday shows is because really you are competing with everything. Basically, you're competing with people in their kids' games and different things, and so a lot of times some in the fall you're actually maybe even this anyway, maybe even this college football. But yeah, anyway, we are going to have it on Saturday at World Golf Village on the 12th. Every show on here is confirmed. I am working on some ideas for November. We will have at least some show in November. I'm just working on dates. And I'm going to try to maybe do another Coral Springs show in November. I'm also looking at some other locations. All right. And yeah, you're probably right on the pinball there. A lot of people have said that, but I'm gonna. Those aren't necessarily readily available, but I'm sure somebody will be selling them. And then yeah, so we'll see. And it has I said, if it doesn't have a loop, then forget it. I'm not even going to consider it. It is by the same designer as the Elton John machine that I had. So he's known as the King of Flow. So look it up. I don't know. I'm hoping to have a little shop of games at the show coming up, Tampa Toy Con, and maybe Sonic will be available then, but they just announced it today, so I don't know. I'm going to contact them and see if they can come, and then see if I know that they were. I know the machines are on the line, already, because that's how they work. They kind of have them ready to ship when they announce it. Hey, Patrick, hopefully we see you at a show sometime soon. Awesome. All right, guys. I know this is kind of a short video, compared to maybe some of my other ones. I don't have my notes. I'm just kind of going off the fly here. Yeah, if you're going to Joe Fest, I'll be up there. Ed, the promoter guy, he has a pretty good show up there. It's very unique. Something I don't, some people want to have that type of thing up here in Florida. It just, what he has is not going to work in Florida. So I thought I had a really cool announcement that I'm still working on to expand out, but I'm not ready with that. But anyway, so if you are going up there, you'll see me up there, say hi, and I'll be up there for a couple days, and then I'll be back. So I will see you guys up there, or I'll see you in 2.5 weeks at Tampa Toy Con. I'm sure we have a little bit of space. I mean, it's 50,000 square feet, guys, over there. And so if you want to get in on any of these shows, every application is up with the exception of North Florida. I think maybe the South Florida one isn't up either. And I don't know if the next Tampa one isn't, but I'm going to be putting all these up so that everybody can do that. Oh, awesome. Okay. Orlando, October. Okay, cool. Great. All right, guys. You guys have a good evening, and I will see you next Tuesday with a report on what's going on. All right. Have a good night. Bye now.